Kal Kadosh Boker Or, Masechet Batra Daf Yomi, Daf Nunhe Amud Aleph 55a1, Teshilin Nishmat Esrei Bat Or, Shenishtat Tzor Chaim Amen. Here you have the Gemara continues by saying, Elmaleh Rav Nachman comes and he says to Rav Huna. You remember the case. Basically, what happens is somebody buys from a goy during the time that there's a vacuum that the goy takes away himself from it because he received the money, and until the Jew comes and he actually made a kinyan, another Jew jumps in and makes a kinyan and he does something. Rav Nachman gave it to him, so basically he went and he said, why are you only going like Shmuel like that? Go like Shmuel, that only belongs to him, only the place where he actually started digging. So Elmaleh says, in this to do with the digging, I hold like the tradition. The second that you come and you dig once, you acquire the entire field. Meaning, even though you're right, Shmuel comes and he says that you only get that place where he dug. According to the tradition, you get the entire field. So the same thing. This Jew came, took advantage. He dug once, the entire field belongs to him, even though he didn't buy it. It was the other Jew that bought it from the goy. Doesn't matter. So Shalach Rav Huna bar Avin. So Rav Huna bar Avin come and he sent the following report: Israel. You have a Jew that acquires a field from the Vekochavim. And another Jew comes and he takes it. We don't take it away from him. Everyone was agreeing to it, whether it's Ravavim, Ravilan, right? Ravila, everybody. So Amar Rabba says, these are the three things that Ukvan, Bar told me, right, in the name of Shemuel. Number one, Dina de Malchuta Dina. Right? The law of the kingdom, that's a law. Number two, the Persians is not affected until 40 years has passed. Here it says, according to usually, it's going to be 3 years, but he says here it's going to be 40 years to find out about, whether it's actually legitimate or not legitimate. And number three, right? Hani Zarude, the taxa, when you have wealthy heirs that acquire land by paying property taxes, their acquisition is valid. Meaning they come and they start paying taxes. Because remember, we just said that whoever pays the taxes, according to the king, it belongs to them. So same thing, that's going to be the halacha. The hanamine, but one of these words, the taska, only to do with property tax. But the karga, we're talking about head tax. Maitama, he says, no, it doesn't require. Why? Maitama karga the gavre manach. He says the head tax is placed upon the people of the persons and not on the actual land. Meaning, the property tax is on the property, and if they don't pay property taxes, they take away the property. To do with the head tax, it depends on every single human being. He has to pay. So it's nothing to do with the property in itself. Rav Huna bar Yeshua Amar, Rav Huna, the son of Rav Yeshua, says, "Afilu sa'areh dekada mishtabde lekarga." So you know that even barley in a jug is subject to collection for the head tax. So Amar Ravashi says, Amali Huna bar Natan, says Huna bar Natan, Kashi be'amimad, Amimad had the difficulty with that which Rav Huna said in Yeshua. So now you don't have ben Bechor. Because everything becomes ra'ui. Remember, Bechor takes double portion, but he only takes double portion memuchsak, and something that there's a chazakah on it, not in something which is ra'ui, which is fitting to come later on. He doesn't take it. So Elmaleh comes and he says, Yachi, if so, afilu taskanami. So then even property tax should be the same thing. What are you going to say? If somebody gives property tax and he dies, hachanami. So too here, where the father gave the head tax for that year, and then he died. And then again, he's removing the lien, right, from the property. So Amar Ravashi says, Amali Huna bar Natan says, Huna bar Natan, Shaltinu Misafre de Rava Yasa Sofrim of Rava. The Amnuli, and some people say, Halachata Rav Huna b'Yeshua, the Halachata Rav Huna b'Yeshua, which means that all the person's property is subject to the lien for the payment of the head tax as well. Velohi, but it's incorrect. Hatan Luk Miminta Udama. He just said it to validate their actions, but really, Be'amen, it's not true. It's only property tax that the land is subjugated to the property, but other than that, no. Ravashi says, Pardachta Misayamata, a loafer must assist the city of his residents with a tax burden, is Pardachta. However, this applies only where the city saved him from his share of the tax. Aval, and this case, but if the state officials exempted him, there comes some siyata dishmaya, and therefore he doesn't have to do anything. Amar Ravasim, Rav Yochanan says, Yochanan, the boundary in the chatzav, which is like a plant, they divide a field to do with the state of the ger. But not to do with pe'ah and tum'ah. What does that mean exactly? Here it says that, for example, he said, if you're going to come and you're going to have an act of a division, so therefore he says, if you put this plant as a division, it's either going to be a shrub or a herb or whatever it is. So therefore, it's going to take possession as well. But not to do, it's not going to divide the land, not for a peah and tumah, only for the nichseh again. So Kiata Rabbi Rav Yochanan. So when Rabbi came to Babylon, he said to Rav Yochanan, "Afilu lepeah v'tumah." Even for peah v'tumah, it also helps as a division as well. Peah mai, what is a peah? It's we learned in the Mishnah v'Masikin lepeah. This is a hefsek for peah. Hanachal, we're talking about a nachal of springs, bashlulit or water-filled ditch. Unhamud bet 55b. The derech harabim v'derech yechid, or a public road or a private road. Ushvil harabim ushvil yechid kavua b'mimot hachamim yom shivim, or a public path or a private path in a constant use, whether it's going to be during the summer season or the rainy season. So that is peah. What about tum'ah? So tum'ah ma'hin. The Tanam was learned in the Mishnah, nichnas lebika b'mot hageshmim. If you enter into a bik'ah during the rainy season, the tum'ah b'sadeh plonit, and there's tum'ah in a certain field. He said, I went to this place, but I don't know. I don't know if I actually went beside the tum'ah or not. I went into the field. I don't know if I went there or not. Rabbi Eliezer metaher v'chachamim metamin. Rabbi Eliezer says tahor, chachamim say tameh. Sheyar Rabbi Eliezer says safek to be a tahor. If you have a doubt whether you came in or not, you're going to be tahor. Safek maga tuma, safek that's going to be tameh. If you have a doubt whether you touched or not, then you're tameh. That's coming in or not, then you're going to be tahor. Aval, right? So it comes out that's the halakha to do with the tum'ah that we said that it's going to constitute that it is a divider and therefore it's not relevant anymore. Aval Shabbat no, but not to do with the Shabbat. Rava says, afilu nyan Shabbat, even to do with Shabbat, it's going to be the same thing. The Tanya was learned in a bright chatzi grogeret l'shuta miminicha. If you took out half of a grogeret to the shuta rabim and then you put it down, and then again you took out a chatzi grogeret, and then you put vehelem achat in one moment, chayav, you're going to be chayav. If it's two different moments, you're going to be, meaning in two periods of forgetfulness, you're going to be patur. Rabbi Yosef says vehelem echad b'rshut achat. Right? He says you're still going to be chayav. Shte reshuyot and two different reshuyot, you're going to be patur. Amar Rabba, and Rabba says, who were in Bava Mudale 56a on the top, sheyesh chiyuv chatat b'nehem. That's only there's going to be a chatat between them. But Carmelite, there's no chatat. Because remember, Carmelite is only midrabbanan. It's a Carmelite is not a public domain. Abaye Amar afilu Carmelite. Abaye says even a Carmelite, but not a block of wood. And Rava says even a block of wood would be the same. And Rava goes according to his reasoning. Rava says the Reshut Shabbat Reshut Gitim Amin. The Reshut Yot of Shabbat is to do with the Reshut of a get. That just like by a get, it has to be in her hand or in her possession. So to do Shabbat, it has to be in his possession. So what happens if there's no boundary or plant like a subdivider, like a chatzav? So Rabbi Marinos Mishmo says Rabbi Marinos in the name of Yochanan, Kol shenikret shemo, if the field is still called by its name, so it's the same field. So Hechidam was the case. They call it the field of so and so's water hole. Okay? Okay, we're gonna stop here.